Um, boy, you know, I remember watching this debacle, and I said to myself, like, how did Nicki Minaj allow this motherfucker to sneak out off the room, grab a key card, go downstairs? Well, probably you got to get dressed first because you got to put the fitted on backwards. You feel me? Go downstairs, call up his homies, wait by the garbage bags, and wait till his homies got there that they could make a video like this.
I got a Brooklyn hoodie on. So they don't know where I'm from. They know where I'm from, though.
They know
I can't act like I don't. Big Queens, nigga.
Yeah, sturdy, nigga. What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's
Big fucking money, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Where the niggas is at, man?
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't know
Big
niggas.
Zoom.
They said you don't know niggas.
Big Zoom.
Plan that vacation. You gonna
Yeah.
be planning your funeral, pussy.
Plan that vacation, you're going to be planning your funeral pussy.
Yeah, all the way to the street, nigga. Know everything, nigga. Let's play.
Yeah.
Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there,
Let's play.
nigga.
Let's get it.
Let's
Let us meet you there,
That's
nigga.
legendary.
man.
That's the starting
Let's get
line.
it going, man.
We'll meet you on your vacation, nigga.
That's a fact.
They got Big Zoo outside.
All the way, man.
They wanted to come at me at the VMAs, man. I ain't even. We ain't even do nothing to nobody,
All the
man.
way, man. What's poppin', man? What's
nigga-
poppin', man? Nobody hiding around here, man.
Yeah,
We
outside.
We ready, nigga. All the way up
Yeah.
in the
We ain't ducking.
The irony, man. We outside. The judges now force you to be inside.
Nigga. Offset, where you at? That's it. Gotta spend that shit. Them niggas at, nigga.
You know what? I'm going to take a different approach. And if you watch my video, I put this on my main channel, so I did a news video about this. I'm not going to give you the same take on this. I think it's time we finally call Nicki Minaj to the carpet for the clown behavior she is supporting. You know, I think even me, I want to separate her from this fuckery because she's not the one outside, it's her husband. But the more I try to say, nah, she ain't culpable or liable for this, it would be ignorant of me to forget her past. And today I seen a post by Vlad and then I seen a Jason Lee shit, and I said, I think we just gotta call a spade a spade. Nicki's a fucking clown. Now, she obviously got with this guy. You know, I'm not going to talk about his sexual past or whatever the case is. Hey, listen, you know, clearly, you know, he has to register as whatever. But even when I was talking about this before, I was like, damn, you're embarrassing your wife. But I think it's finally time we just finally admit Nicki herself is embarrassing. Now, this didn't start here. You are what you attract. And the energy you bring, especially when you got money and fame, others will amplify. Now, I'm going to tell you when I started to realize there was something going on with Nicki Minaj. Now, again, I know they're going to be barbers that watch and be like, what does her age got to do with this? I just want to Google this just to put back on the record. Nicki Minaj, age. Now, I want to let you know that it says 40 years of age, but reportedly, Nicki's older than this. She's like 43, close to 45, okay? Just to let y'all know, all right? This is a little entertainment age. Everybody got an entertainment age, okay? This is her entertainment age. She's older than this, okay. Now, here's the important part of that. I remember a while back, I seen something that was like Nicki Minaj goes to the hood. And this was shocking to me. She drove herself through the trenches of New York with no security. Now, here's the thing. For an upcoming budding rapper who is, you know, I don't know, from Queens or from the Bronx or whatever, That's like a flex, yo. I'm still in the trenches. I'm in the hood. You're fucking Nicki Minaj. It's like Donald Trump saying, yo, I'm in Compton. Okay. What the fuck are you doing? Something didn't connect when I seen this. Now, let me click on the video.
That thing they could pop up wherever the you at. You look good. We pop out for the queen. This truck knows.
Okay. Now, this might not be the video. This video is filled with a bunch of, you know what I mean? Let me not even say, I don't think this is a video. It's another video. She was out there. It was a bunch of goons. Her, Big Zoo, and the rest of the Goonies. Let me see. Nicki Minaj, Big Zoo, trenches. I'm trying to find it. And I remember, I don't know if she was shooting a video. I think she might have been shooting a video, the little sleaze video or what. I don't know. What the fuck? Let me look at this video.
Clapping. Papa Bear in the back. Chilling.
It's that big thing.
Understand? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got the pink lights on the top for Papa Bear when he sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How we giving it up.
Unfortunately, if you're not even realizing the body language that Nicki Minaj is giving, I usually say it takes about, sometimes women are attracted to the wrong type of guy till reality hits them. This is the majority of women, by the way. Y'all can reason with me. Tell me if I'm wrong. When a woman's in usually high school, college, until she starts really paying her bills and reality hits in, she's usually going and attracted to all the wrong type of guys. The guys with no future. Just because, he's popular. Oh, shit. Oh, he's in a gang. She's going for the wrong guy. When reality hits her, she now wants somebody who could actually take care of situations. Now she wants, the bitches who used to fuck all the gangbangers, all the degenerates, and then at a certain point, maybe they had a kid or maybe reality hit them. Now they want to educate a guy. They would never give that nigga a chance before. Yeah. That usually happens around 25. Okay? Now, here's the difference now. Nicki Minaj is a whole 40. 40 close to 50. She's as accomplished as any woman in rap could be. Yet, in the last year or two, and I have a theory about this, she's been trying to let people know that her associations is with some people that are in the trenches. That she's good everywhere. Now, if you ask me, I think this is... I always think she's in some competition with Cardi B. Cardi B is a hood bitch from wherever the hell she's from, the Bronx or whatever, who's also blood or whatever the case is. She's been a blood from ever since we known her. Nicki Minaj and how she's been acting recently, in the last year, it felt like it was almost like compensating, bitch, I could do that too. I'm like that too. Maybe, and again, I might be reaching, a reaction to their first run-in when it happened at the Met Gala way back. And there was a knot on Cardi B's head. But they got into it. She's dating somebody who's supposedly some big blood. Cardi B's a blood. Nicki has been embracing the street shit and showing it way more than we would even expect. Remember, her music ain't like that. We don't know her to be like that.
Yeah. And my hair is ugly, Tay. My hair is ugly, Tay.
Okay.
You tried to sneak off. Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Let's see if we can find some more videos, because I remember it from back then. It was definitely a year ago. It was a year ago. Trying to see if I can find it. They were mobbing through New York. Okay. If I can't find that, I got to give some support and evidence, people. The next thing I got to do is Big Zoo, Meek Mill. Now, I don't know what happened with Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill over the years, but clearly they broke up. The Barbers has hated Meek. I really don't know why they broke up, but they seem to be in love. And Meek, who later on said, by his own words, not mine, that his woman was a part of some of the reason why he got into some of the issues he did. Now, also, I think she's admitted, and I could probably pull up the interview if need be, that maybe at times she was also, I think I know the interview she said on, or alluded to it. She's been somebody who maybe had a pill habit as well. Meek, when he was done with the whole Drake thing, he admitted he had a Percocet issue, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to notice what I'm painting here is exactly what I realized Vlad tweeted out today, but Vlad put it in a very eloquent way. And I'll show you the tweet after this, but let me show you this video. So this was 3 years ago. She got rid of Meek about like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, okay? Yeah, 5 years ago. She ran into Meek with her new boyfriend. Meek apparently had a bunch of dudes with him. Apparently, Nicki's husband was kind of by himself, but I will give credit. Big Zoo stood his ground, and nothing happened. The shouting match occurred, and you got to imagine, like any ratchet bitch who loves to send a nigga on a dummy mission, Nicki Minaj probably sat there and watched her husband talk shit to a gang of niggas and probably said, that's my man. This is the worst type of female, people. And this is why I'm extrapolating a lot of these things, and this is why I'm going back into history to say, we don't give a fuck about Big Zoo. We don't know the nigga. But we do have to start blaming Nicki Minaj for her inserting him into rap narratives, into rap media, and eventually into these goofy situations. The problem here is bigger than Big Zoo. He's a degenerate. He got zero talent. Nobody wants to hear from him. But why are we hearing from this nigga? It's because Nicki Minaj has emboldened and encouraged his behavior over time. So this is one of the things that, helped Nicki kind of realize, okay, she's with the, the big bad blood. And you guys probably seen him before.
We picked it right there.
Now, they're in Louis Vuitton, by the way. They're in Louis Vuitton. Nicki's in here. They run into Meek, and Meek probably says something to Nicki. Nicki and the husband, Big Zoo, starts to get back at him.
You and I.
There's 50 people outside here.
People outside. I'm talking. Look at my five. Look at my five.
You're going to notice, and I don't know if you were paying attention on the low, Nicki Minaj was the one screaming, there's 50 people outside. I propose to y'all that Nicki is the worst of what women bring to the table with any man. She's the person that will hype up a nigga to die, go to jail, get arrested. You know that one girl. She wants you to fight every dumb battle she got going on. She's mouthy. She never shuts up. I remember, and I was the one who, I was the one who broke that news. Quentin Miller later confirmed it. I don't even want to tell y'all where I got it from because I got it from somebody really close to somebody in the situation. Remember, when Quentin Miller got punched in the mouth, first of all, Meek's team told me that before. They had told me, they say, yo, we fucked up Quentin Miller. If he lie about it, we going to send you the video. I said, damn, what the hell? Y'all beat him up? They're like, yeah, they were bragging about it. Remember, I've never talked to Drake at this point. I'm just a fan of Drake. But they're mad I'm a fan of Drake. Say, we beat that nigga up. If you lie about it, we going to whatever. I eventually talked to some people. I don't want to tell you who I talked to. And they said, the real story is this. Them dudes called Quentin Miller at the store, wanted to get him to apologize or retract what he said about Drake not him not writing for Drake, and he said he wouldn't. So they kind of try to press him, but he say he not gonna do it. They got the video. He clearly don't look like, it don't look good on the video. They run back to the car. The word is Nicki Minaj looks at these niggas when they get back to the car. Remember, she's in the car with Meek and the rest of the little lackeys. Nicki looks at him and says, wait, y'all niggas ain't do nothing to him? Yo, you niggas is pussy. Hear the story I'm painting. They leave the car because the woman their boss's woman has said, wait, y'all just recorded him? Y'all didn't do nothing to him? They now say, oh my God, if the woman's saying we pussy, we gotta go do something to him. They run back in the store and they said, bro, you gotta say what you gotta say on camera. He says he's not saying it. They punch him right in the mouth. Boop. And they run. But they got the joint on video where they punch him in the mouth. You hear the story I'm painting? Nicki Minaj is in the middle of that. She's telling the niggas, you pussy if you don't do something. Now, granted, here's the thing. Obviously, nobody died from that situation. But if anything escalated, you know who will never get mentioned? Nicki Minaj. I'm going to make this is the hot take. Nicki Minaj is no different than Asian Doll. A bitch who's in every beef, who knows at the end of the day, person A and person B might die. Or one might go to jail and the other might be getting buried. But she gonna be here tomorrow. Now I see some people be like, oh my God, act like, why are you saying this? No, let me keep painting the story. Nicki Minaj went on the Joe Budden show in 2018. Or maybe late 2017. I think it was 2018 though. After I had my commentary on that, Nicki Minaj pulled up in my DMs. And I've heard about Nicki, but I've never seen Nicki like this. And this is my thing with Nicki. And this is why I'm wrapping everything to be. I'm trying to crystallize who Nicki is. All them smiles and that little, hey guys, that high-pitched shit, fraud. Nicki has been a disgusting human since day one. Is she talented? Yeah. Has other people done her wrong? Yeah. But Nicki is a disgusting human being. Nicki pulled up in my DM, but it didn't sound like nothing what the Barbs or anybody else was used to seeing her sound like. I posted the DMs. You know what Nicki said? Yeah, I'm going to get my husband. He gonna pull up to you. Where you at right now, nigga? I'm gonna tell my husband to pull up on you, nigga. He gonna handle you right now. What's up? Whoa there, cowgirl. What are you talking about? Yeah, you gonna have to talk to Big Zoo. This is the same Nicki Minaj, chat. This is the same Nicki Minaj. She been doing clown shit since, I told y'all since then. She's been doing clown shit for years. When I said it, I posted the screenshots. Unfortunately, my dogs are crying like crazy. Like they're both like the cages in between them, so like they're crying. I posted the screenshots, and the Barb said I made it up. No, Nicki's not like that. Nicki's a sweetheart. You know, I don't know nobody with a good a good story about Nicki. I'm gonna tell you a story, and I won't give a name. He's a top 10 rapper in the game. I'm gonna try to see if I can give that story without. And by the way, they won't even say this. Actually, let me not even give it because I think y'all gonna figure out who it is. Y'all gonna figure out who it is. The point what I was trying to say is that Nicki Minaj has continued to give a facade of her being a decent, nice person behind the scenes. For anybody who's had real interactions with her, they've realized that she doesn't see anybody as someone that she should respect. Definitely not as equals. Definitely not as someone that she can't control. And now, which is very sad, and this is why I'm so happy that she's being exposed, Nicki Minaj actually think that she's a gangster bully. Nicki Minaj actually thinks that because she married a top-ranking blood member of some set, she could threaten and intimidate people with that guy. She tried to do it to me. He only knows what he knows. He don't know nothing about the music industry. He's a crash dummy. He's been crashed out multiple times before. It's the reason why he's on federal probation or parole. I don't blame Kenneth Perry as you might think. This is a guy that was in the hood that got an opportunity and got picked up by Nicki. The problem here is Nicki. Nicki, while she's approaching menopause, is trying to represent gangsterism. Here's my problem with that, because I'm going to get to this eventually. This is going to be a long segment, chat. You got to give me an hour for all this. This is my problem with Nicki. Stop playing both sides. You talking a lot of this gangster shit. You talking about your man's a gangster. How you could blah, 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 da, da, da. You be mentioning certain niggas that are gangster. Then I see you start saying, yo, you can't call the cops every time you flop. All right, cool, you keeping a gangster still. But then I hear you talking about a child. Oh, why y'all calling the cops on my child? Why y'all calling the cops? No. Actually, this is what I should play. Apparently somebody swatted her 2 times to my home surrounded by large guns. Ain't you a gangster? The fuck is you online crying about this shit? Ain't you a gangster, nigga? Nicki, is you gangster, is you not? Because you the 50-year-old gangster we all been seeing. I've been telling people this. 2 times my home was surrounded by large guns. Where's Big Zoo at? Where's him and the other niggas that was in the video? Where's their large guns at? Why did their large guns ain't match up with the other niggas' large guns? The person wanted a family with a 2-year-old. You can't play both sides. Nicki, you can't play both sides. Is you a gangster? You the gangster, Barb? Or are you like the civilian? Because you using your husband like a crash dummy. You using him like he's like some type of enforcer. Don't get on the gram talking about, oh, we're a family with a 2-year-old. We could have been shot at. Shut up. Nicki, you gotta tell the world the truth, man. You a junk. You playing with that nose, man. You works, man. Everybody know that shit. Ego out of control. Now you thinking that you running the hood. You thinking because you got some street niggas who ain't never seen the money you touching, you could get them to crash out. But stop playing both sides. All that shit, Nicki to the sleeves. What are you talking about? You gotta stop playing with that nose candy, shorty. Stop it. Now, let me also remind some of y'all, because some of y'all might be barbs. Y'all should know, Big Act, I don't do sides. When somebody, the moment Nicki DM'd me a couple years ago, you knew I had smoke for her for a lifetime. Don't even bring Cardi up. You knew what it was. You knew what it was. Don't even say that. Cardi can't program me. Like, the fuck? You knew what it was. But I'm only going to hit him with facts. So when I hear you talking about nothing on any block, shut up. You gangsta or what? You got your husband over here with his geriatric goons, Times Square thugging, where it's all set at. Where was them niggas at when niggas was supposedly swatting your crib or whatever the fuck they was doing? Why is that gangster shit not popping then? Why are you now playing victim? Your husband's a big bad goon. They just gave him house arrest. He gonna be at the house all day long. Get him to pull up outside on them niggas. But Nicki, you know what I've noticed about you? You're the fucking fraud that's been trying to play victim for the last... I'm going to tell you when I noticed you were trying to play victim. I've never seen this before. The motorsport record was when the big bad Nicki Minaj finally hit the I'm the victim button. Because you didn't think you were the victim when you were bullying the fans of Lil' Kim and older rappers, and you were shitting on everybody else. It was only until the new bitch on the block came out. And her man was in the hottest group, and they were bullying you around because you needed a song, because let's talk about that tour you didn't do. So you needed them at the time, so it was really motorsport. Put that shit in sport. But you got bullied, and you weren't that used to that. So you know what you did? You say you were a victim, and you try to cry, and you try to play victim. And I said, damn, this is a good, interesting strategy. Then you created some shit that didn't exist. The Nicki Minaj hate train. Oh, that was good. Yo, that was good. I kid you not. That was good. It's important to know that the woman who has hated on other women before her and other women during her time, because she was always cognizant but also jealous of anybody who could potentially compete with her for the number one spot. She then started talking about there's a hate train against her. Ain't that a bitch? The hate train. But it's easy to do. Because you have a legion of barbs, they believe anything. Trust me, I know. They do believe anything. I try to tell them, I say, yo, that's Nicki. I probably still got my DMs. I said, that was Nicki DMing. You know what they said? No, it ain't. Nigga, you DM'd yourself. Nicki's a sweetheart. It's Barbie land. I'm painting a picture, people, of a woman who's not comfortable with the accolades we do give her. And nobody can sit here and say Nicki ain't one of the most applauded women. Every time a nigga wants to even critique her, they still admit she's the best female rapper of all time. She's still the best rapper. But that don't make her happy. Let's keep it 100. She's addicted to what comes with fame. She wants to be number one forever. It's the reason why we seen her rolling around the goddamn Thanksgiving table like pig in a blanket. We see it. I saw it. Auntie, come on, get off the Thanksgiving table. We gotta say prayer. We gotta say grace. We gotta get to the stuffing and the sweet potato. Like, we gotta get to some shit. Baby, move away from the potato salad. Oh my God, that's not the goddamn turkey legs that you fucking up with your dress. Get off the table, auntie. Let's be honest. Who's pushing the most division? This is a woman's era in music. Every day there's a new woman. Sexy Red, Ice Spice, Glorilla, Lotto, City Girls, everywhere. But who has turned this bitch into goddamn Avengers? You gotta pick a side. Civil War. Nicki Minaj. Sorry to tell y'all. She's a what I do like, because everything I'm saying now I've said before, I do like that people are starting to see her ugly colors. But I was being facetious when I was like, oh, it's Big Zoo, Big Zoo. We don't give a fuck about Big Zoo. Why the fuck you bringing your sex offender, decorated criminal buddy to the award show? What do he got to do? He ain't never ride around, make a beat. He ain't even like package a CD. The problem ain't Big Zoo. He's an uncultured Negro that's a criminal. We see this shit happen all the time. I cover the war in Chirac. Niggas act up, get out of line, and they get put on house arrest because the judge ain't playing with them, okay? But Nicki Minaj, this is all an embodiment of the spirit of you. You're supporting all this fuckery. You're the person who's never denounced these behaviors. You're the person where if it comes to your brother you haven't said anything, and I understand it's your brother, so I'm not going to get that. I ain't going to wild out too much on that, even though there is rumors that allegedly you may have like motherfucking paid for something. But I won't even get too much into that because I don't know the facts. And also, it's your brother. But we going to sit here and act like you try to portray this little victim angle. Do you know what the woman that your husband is accused of victimizing has been crying about and screaming about in terms of her being bullied and her being a victim? You didn't give a fuck about that, did you? Actually, you've spoken up for him, basically saying that, yo, that bitch is lying. You weren't even there. So it's convenient when you're the victim. Only Nicki's the victim. The only victim here is Nicki Minaj. The only victim is Nicki Minaj. Everybody else is victimizing her. Really. So as I keep reading this, it says, Nicki, you gotta have to pick a side, baby girl. We see through this lame wannabe thug persona you're having at 45. Talking about the same, saying that 2 times your home was surrounded by large guns. This person wanted my family with a 2-year-old to be shot at. You know how contradictory this is? When 2 lines later you're saying you got snitches in high places. When you start talking about snitches, you talking like you a straight nigga, my nigga. You a woman. You shouldn't be talking about, oh, I got a family, if you're also talking about people with snitches. Because if somebody did try to threaten you and your 2-year-old, you should be the first one to call the cops. So I don't know why you could start off talking about your house is surrounded by large guns and people wanted your 2-year-old to be shot at, which that's snitching in itself. And then 2 lines later, you're accusing other people of snitching. Oh, when you have snitches, is you a street nigga or you as a mom? What are you? Pick a side. When you have snitches in high places of the music industry who don't want you to win, but realize they can't stop you because God's anointing in my life is very real. Funny how this person hasn't been found, mentioned, or arrested, nada. Queen Radio live from New York tomorrow at 4 p.m. Is it still protect black women or not? Nicki might as well paint her face and put on a goddamn red nose. She's a clown. Nicki, you're empowering a fucking sexual offender gangbanger to threaten your rival musician that's a female. And now, because you have a personal story of somebody swatting your house, now you're talking about protect black women. Are you going to pick a side or not? It's not protect black women when your sexual offender husband is threatening your op, who's a woman. But it's protect black women because you are getting threatened by some anonymous person who you think you got a hunch who it might be. Are you going to pick a fucking side? No sympathy needed. What the fuck are you saying this if no sympathy is needed? If no sympathy is needed, the fuck are you even mentioning this shit for? Big difference. Snippet alone doing numbers on TikTok. See, and this is the thing with Nicki. Everything is really music promotion. Nicki's lack of camaraderie with her peers really stems from her need or want or desire to compete, but also stems from her not being happy at anyone being mentioned close to her. If somebody got a better record than her, she's quick to mention, oh, they ain't write it. If someone does better than her at anything, she's quick to mention, it's payola. If somebody does anything better than her, she's quick to blame this guy, blame that guy. She don't take no fucking responsibility for shit. And I understand competing because we all love competing. But at a certain point, you go from being competitive to being a fucking sore loser. And she's not even a loser because Nicki's won a 1,000 times. I've given the hypotheses that, you know, Nicki actually think her biggest op is Cardi B, Lotto, whoever else she be arguing with. Look, first of all, Nicki didn't even catch herself. She was arguing with Lotto like for a whole thing. The reality when Nicki's battling that she's unable to accept the real op is Father Time. The reality is you're not 22 no more. The Barbie movement existed for a long time. It was great. You are a legend. You're probably the best rapper ever, female rapper of all time. But time does move on. This is the City Girls era. This is the Ratchet Bitch era. This is the era of Lotto, Coil Ray. And yes, they might not be able to sell as much as you, but their influence is a lot more for a lot of the newer girls. There's no need to be upset. You should embrace it. I thought Nicki was getting a little bit better when I saw Nicki do a few things. So she did a record with Ice Spice and she said, yo, it's coming out on my label. And I said, good, you're finally learning. Don't compete with these new bitches. They all look up to you. Sign them. Let them come from your wing. You'll be Gucci Man and Chief Keef all in one. But there is something that's narcissistic and something that's very vain with Nicki. At the end of the day, she still wants to be that top bitch. And I get it. She, by the way, I've never said no one is rapping better than her. She's still rapping the best. But every time I see her on stage, it gives auntie vibes. I don't think she like it. Her actions, still influential, but there's other women that's doing their thing too. You can't be mad at it. Nicki, you got to get clean, baby girl. You trying to be a gangbanger at motherfucking 40 plus is crazy. You setting up, you know why your stay-at-home dad husband is now staying at home by force, as per the judge, the federal judge? It's because of you. You're empowering this. You're emboldening this behavior. You're actually allowing and encouraging, even if we don't see it, you're allowing this shit to happen. You've never condemned this type of behavior. And that's why we are where we are today. So I read this, and by the way, I don't know if you heard the clip. I'll play the clip. Apparently this was, I guess, somebody who's calling, I don't know, calling the cops on Nicki. Here it is.
And he fired 5 shots, and he's could be possibly drunk, or he has the child in his arm, and she just keeps telling him to put the child down. I don't know if he's trying to leave with the kid, and she's just trying to talk him out of it. And he fired 5 gunshots, but nobody.
All right,
community, but he has a shotgun, and he fired fire.
Okay, and that's obviously a troll calling in. Clearly, by the way, even with me saying all that about Nicki, I do not agree that she should be swatted. No one deserves to be that. And don't mince my words by me saying that neither her nor no other person should be swatted. But that's not my thing with Nicki. Nicki, I'm telling you, is acting like she's a fucking gangster. That shit is lame. She's coming across lame. Her husband look lame. But that's all he actually knows. So I gotta forgive him. I gotta look at her. You waited till you were 40 plus to start dating a gangbanger? That's a sexual offender? You sound crazy. I saw Vlad put up a tweet today. I know I'm long-winded at times, so I might be like, damn, Ak, wrap it up then. This was a pretty good way to crystallize what the fuck is going on. Okay? He sent out a tweet. Let me see if I can find it. Let's read this. He says, Nicki Minaj's husband is on house arrest for threatening Offset. Right after that, she previews a song saying she got killers who will pull up and do what she say. No way. Like again, when you read this on paper, you're like, no fucking way. By the way, I don't even know if I finished playing this, but this was, this is when I realized she was going to have kids with this nigga and like marry him because she loves a gangster, right? So the dude is standing his ground versus Meek and a few of the chases. Look. Okay, told you, Nicki loves this ratchet shit. However, let's go investigate what Vlad is talking about. He said after her husband got put on house arrest, she released a video where she's talking about she got killers. This gotta be the video. Let's listen.
Me. I can't be playing with niggas, I'm married to G. I got some niggas that do what I say. If I tell them to shoot, they pull up from the 3.
I got some niggas who do what I say. If I tell them to shoot, they pull up from the 3. You know the worst part about this? Yo, a chick like Nicki Minaj will fold like a fucking lawn chair. She not like El Chapo's wife. You think Nicki Minaj like El Chapo's wife? You know El Chapo's wife got locked up for years. You know what she said? I didn't even know my nigga was a drug dealer. What the fuck? Wait, my husband was selling drugs? Held it down. Nicki Minaj can't be seen on camera without 59 filters. And if she shoots a music video, she's paying tens of thousands to edit her body. That she looks sexy. I know this as a fact. You're not built to be incarcerated. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? You can't go outside without a pound of makeup. You do music videos, they gotta rent a whole plane for your glam squad. I know this. People who've done music videos, I know. Your whole glam squad is getting a private jet for themselves. That's to make you look good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're beautiful. Go ahead, do your thing. Like, you're beautiful at your old age. I got you. But when you talking this shit, man, you not Sexy Red, man. Like, Sexy Red a rugged bitch, man. She look rough around the edges. You a chick with a glam squad. You like Mariah Carey or rap. You not trying to go to jail. What you talking about? You got niggas who will shoot what you say. You don't want to get brought in no indictment. The fuck are you talking about? You can't even get on. Let me tell you this. It's so hard for me to believe this shit. You can't get on live showing your face without a filter, my nigga. You don't look like how it's seen on these videos. Ask anybody around you. You got 10 filters on, all type of body. I'm telling you, these entertainers, Nicki, it's not only her, they all be paying for. Yo, the music video you see, they look nothing like it. Promise you. Promise you. What is she talking about? We gotta start holding. These are the chicks that help hype up niggas to go to jail.
I can't be playing with niggas, I'm married to G. I got some niggas that do what I say. If I tell them to shoot, they pull up from the 3. When bitches be rapping, I'm
What are you talking about?
laughing, it sound like you trying to me. I'm who you dying to be. Will somebody cop all these groupies a ticket? Cause I'm who they dying to meet. I'm in the city, I drop a location.
I'm in the city, I drop a location. What? By the way, Big Zoo right here.
And all of the killers come out.
I drop a location and all of the killers come out. Don't y'all find it weird? There has to be something that's lacking with her, that she's now 40 plus and she is bragging about, oh, I could bring the killers out. What does that reek? What does that tell you? She waited till she was 40, till she got a kid, to now tell you she could bring the killers out. Let's forget who she is. Let's just talk about the facts. If I told you that a successful person waited till it was 50 or 40, especially a woman, to talk about how they got killers who move where they say, there was never gangster before now, before the millions, before now, and it's not like they're like, oh, okay, we on defense, so I'm gonna make sure we good. They're talking about we could do anything we want. Somebody say it's entertainment. I would say it's entertainment. Until you got him in the background and then he's also outside telling niggas to pull up.
These niggas be fighting for y'all, but they play the back when I'm killing.
Somebody said, why don't I got the same energy for Drake? If Drake was rapping like this and Drake Mans was going outside and catching charges, I would tell Drake he's a fucking idiot too. I'm sorry to tell y'all. I know y'all think this is only exclusive to Nicki. No, I'm sorry. I know Drake be talking crazy on his records too. But if his mans was outside, like if he had Presser outside, like I don't know, be like, yo, Pusha T, where you at? Pusha T, where you at? And then Presser gets locked up, and then Drake drops a line like, yeah, I'm gonna get Presser to pull up with the Wassers or some shit like that, and be like, yo, Drake, you're a fucking idiot, my nigga. You're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, you're a fucking idiot. That's the equivalent to this.
Killers is out. When them killers is out, cut them off like the scissors is out.
The killers is out?
When Bobby touched down, the baddest of bitches is out. Like my hand is blue. Up to me.
Sad. If you guys weren't aware, the document that was filed in district court, USA versus Kenneth Petty, says comes now, Natasha Alexandra Mingo, the chief probation and pretrial services officer of the court. They presented an official report upon the conduct and attitude of Kenneth Petty, who was placed on supervision by the Honorable Michael W. Fitzgerald, sitting in the court of Los Angeles, California on the 6th day of July 2022, who fixed the period of supervision at 3 years and imposes general terms and conditions therefore adopted by the court, and also impose special terms and conditions as noted on the attachment judgment and commitment orders. Mr. Petty was recorded on video making threatening remarks toward a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record. This recent violation conduct raises concerns over Mr. Petty's willingness to comply with the court's order. As such, the probation officer believes placement in the location monitoring program will effectively allow for closer monitoring of Mr. Petty's activities, limit his movements, provide a sanction for his noncompliance, and hopefully encourage him to reflect upon and reevaluate his current status in the community. The Supervisory and Defense Council consent to modification and waive a personal appearance before the court. So basically they're saying that, his lawyers, rather than trying to contest this, they have just waived, they just consent to the modification. So pretty much 4 months of him on house arrest, okay? Says praying that the court will order Kenneth Petty, shall participate for a period up to 120 days in a home detention program, which may include electronic monitoring, GPS, alcohol monitoring unit, or automated identification system, and shall observe all the rules of such program as directed by the probation officer. He shall pay all the cost of the location monitoring to the contract vendor and not exceed the sum of $12 for each day of participation. Is it $12 or $1,200? I think it's $12. Is it $12? Okay. The offender shall provide payment and proof of payment as directed by the probation officer. Again, I just got to tell y'all, I know, and even in my YouTube videos, we men, so we got to take accountability. And of course, I got at Big Zoo, but let's be honest, Big Zoo is nobody. He's a career criminal. With all due respect to him. Nicki Minaj is the person who's continuing to hype and continue to allow this behavior and also encourage it, but even brag over it too, right? Okay. Yeah. So clearly the Cardi B Offset situation didn't really have anything to do with it. I see Cardi B, obviously she's like a big blood too. So she responded to Ken Barbie. I thought Ken Barbie was a barb. I don't know these things. Anyway, the Ken Barbie person said, because Megan Cunningham said, hey, listen, the probation and judge did not need an outside report to act on this. And Cardi B and Offset didn't seem to care. Offset actually laughed about it as he walked on the jet. I think they were going to say hey to Deion Sanders at the Colorado game, okay? Ken Barbie says, thank you, because they're definitely trying to flip the narrative like this man didn't do what he did on Instagram and tag every blog in it. Be mad at him and his friends. Cardi B says, exactly. Keep me and my mans out y'all fucking mouth. Okay? Now, let's get back to, and by the way, for the life of me, obviously it's gotten a little personal. So, I'm going to give Nicki a little bit of a leeway here. It's gotten personal with her and Cardi. Like, truth be told, I just feel like Nicki's just too legendary to really even be arguing with anybody. But for whatever reason, it seems like Cardi threatens her status, or maybe just threatens her current status in the game. Whatever. She put up a bunch of stories and she says, I got something else to play, but we gonna wait for Queen Radio live from New York tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Laughing my fucking ass off. Then she says, a child who's done nothing to anyone but bring joy, you gonna get the brakes beaten off you, ain't reading comments, don't give a fuck about them, so knock yourself out. What she say? You gonna get the brakes beaten off you? Who she talking about? She said, ain't reading comments, don't give a fuck about them, so knock yourself out. Show this to them, write it down, take a picture. Maybe I should give the Barbs another surprise tonight. On 11/17/2023, what? Pink Friday 2 is coming for you. Tried to stop VMAs. What I do? Shit it on him. Best dressed according to Vogue. Body. Oh no, this is snippet of Big Difference. Gag the entire audience. Gag the entire live chai. Live from New York for the next month. Maybe more. Pulling up. Love you guys. Protect black women. Yeah, and Nicki's like confusing. She's talking shit and saying protect black women. Like, she's seen more as the aggressor than the victim, but whatever. Then she goes on to say, yo, you can't call the cops every time you flop. Just say it, right? Then she says, Barbs, tomorrow I'm going to tell y'all who to swat, since swatting a home with a baby isn't a felony. Let's go. Pink Friday, 11/17/23. Big Difference. Last time I saw you. What does this mean? She says, big difference. Last time I saw you. Then she says, protect black women. Sometimes. Interested. Then she posts that she's trending. She's the number one, or Pink Friday 2 is the number one trending topic in the United States. Okay. And then, yeah, she's trending. Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to assume, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to assume who she's talking about is Cardi B. Okay. So, actually, I'll go to billboard.com. So apparently, Cardi B and Meg Thee